don't wanna believe it, but baby, receive it.
Good evening, everybody. This is Michaelantonio live for your viewing pleasure. I just wanted to talk tonight about an amazing experience that I had recently. Actually, it all culminated to this Saturday, which was just a few moments ago ended. It's now Sunday morning after midnight. But on Saturday morning, I was alerted to an amazing discovery based on something that I had done about 3 weeks ago. So let's go back there and talk about what happened to me 3 weeks ago. At that time, I was making a video depicting the Lord Jesus. I was doing it to be inspirational to people. So guys, for any of you who thinks that's blasphemous or you're going to depict the Lord, well then don't watch any movies about Jesus then, because obviously the people who are depicting Jesus must be, blaspheming God. No, that's not true. So I was doing it to be inspirational. I'm going to put a little stop to you people who are going to try to attack me for that. That's just ridiculous. I did it for inspiration purposes. And also remember that Jesus himself was a very sarcastic person when he walked the earth. Very sarcastic, very funny. He would have been the kind of person I definitely would have wanted to hang around. But anyway, let's go on with the story here. So I was doing this video, and at the time when I did this, I didn't realize what I was doing in this particular instance. It's a foreshadowing of sorts. And I got to a point in the video where I was kind of ad-libbing. I do that quite a bit. It's something that entertainers with a certain degree of license try to do, or at least they try to do it successfully. Doesn't always work. But I just wanted to let you know that this time I really didn't even understand why it came out the way it did. So maybe what I should do is, before I do anything else, maybe I will show you the video, or at least this clip of the video. And you can go ahead and, let me know what you think about that. I'm also going to put a poll on here about supernatural experiences. Is it real? Have you ever experienced that? And I really want you to let me know. Write to me, and please let me know if you believe that supernatural experiences truly happen. But I guess what I should do now is play the video just to show you what I'm talking about. And again, please let me preface this again by saying I did not know, that it was going to turn into this. In fact, I didn't even know, as I was saying it in the video, as I was rolling the video, I didn't even know what I was going to say next. I was using the name of a famous person, and this famous person is somebody that it just came out of my mouth. So that's something that is important to know. That I wasn't making something up and trying to kind of create this foreshadowing on its own. It just kind of happened. And this is why I think a lot of things are supernatural. You might want to call them coincidence, but I don't think so. When you've got that short of a time frame, it's difficult for me to call it a coincidence. Could I be wrong? Yes, but I'm going to let you be the judge. Let me know whenever you want to watch. I think I'll do it right now. Is everybody ready for this? This is going to be amazing. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Oh yeah, here's a little bonus information. Elvis plays the throne room every night. He's fantastic. But I can't wait for little Richard to get there. Look, I know. So did you get that? I don't know if you quite got that. I did reference Elvis in the beginning, in the throne room, serenading, God and everybody there. Now, the reason why I mentioned that is I had heard recently from someone who had said they had actually gone to heaven. Now, that's a whole other subject. I don't know if you believe in those things, but I can tell you there was someone who did say they went to heaven and they actually saw Elvis there. and he was in the throne room of God singing. He was performing for God. Now look, I think that's, to be honest with you, I think that is perfectly biblical. We are, when you go into the heavenlies, when you go to see God, you are supposedly, obviously, worshiping him. And God loves our praise, and he loves our music too. If we sing, what do they say, make a joyful noise to God? Well, guess what? I find it far within the realm of possibility that Elvis Presley himself would actually be singing praises to God. He would actually sing and serenade the Lord your God. I really believe that. And so, that's not out of the realm of possibility. But I wanted to really say that the other name, if you caught it, was a name that just came out of my mouth. I didn't really think about it too much. It just happened. And that name, of course, was the legendary Little Richard. He was one of the original rock and rollers from Motown, and he set the stage for a lot of the modern rock and roll that came out into the future here, up to what we have today. Without him, a lot of it might not have happened. But he was certainly a legendary entertainer, and many have said that he was a lover of the Lord, that he was a Christian and he loved the Lord. And then, of course, that means there'd be no reason why, of course, he would be in the very throne room of God himself. Of course, once he passes from the earth. Well, this morning, or I should say Saturday morning, I get the message, the news comes that Little Richard sadly passed away from this earth. Now, to most people, yes, that's a sad story. Yes, obviously it's a sad story. But for him, no, really. It's not really sad for him because he is in the presence of God. What an incredible thing for you to be in the presence of God. That's great news for him, even though people here on earth would miss him. Again, but I wanted to bring attention to it that I mentioned his name. Not only just mentioned his name, but I said, that I can't wait for Little Richard to come. In other words, it was Jesus saying, I can't wait for Little Richard. No, I'm not telling you that I wish that upon him. Obviously not. I didn't wish upon him to pass from earth. None of his loved ones want that to happen. They miss him. I understand that. But isn't it amazing? It makes you take pause. It makes you think, is it possible? Is it truly possible that something like that could happen? That, it's a foreshadowing, a prophecy of sorts. Now remember, I'm depicting the Lord saying, I can't wait for Little Richard. I want him to come to the throne room of God and entertain. Some people say, that's ridiculous, Michael. That is just the most ridiculous thing you've ever said in your life, and it was coincidence, and why are you talking about it? Well, I bring it to your attention because, again, some things don't happen by accident. And if you believe in God, if you believe in a hereafter, a life after this life, then you have to believe that certain things within this life have supernatural value. There are things that come to us supernaturally. So I just wanted to bring that up, and I don't know what you think about it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a poll for you, and this poll should last for the entire video. I want you to give me your thoughts on it. Let me know what you think about the concept that, is it possible that what I said, depicting Christ saying, I can't wait for Little Richard to get here, look, I got to tell you, it's amazing to me that that this would happen in such a short period of time. Remember, it's only a 3-week time span. Within 1 month, this all came to pass, and it amazes me. So let me put up this poll. This is a very important poll. This poll essentially says, do you believe? Okay, do you believe in supernatural experiences? Do you? I don't know. Maybe you don't, maybe you do. And I want to hear from you. Yes or no? It's quite easy. Now, some people might say, Maybe. Did you want me to put a maybe on there? Maybe I should put 3 options. Yeah. I'll put either yes, either no, and of course the third option, maybe not sure, possibly. How about that? Possibly. That lets you understand that it's possible. And again, there's no correct answer. I mean, it's just whatever you think about it. I'm going to put it right up here just so that you can answer this question. And I hope for sure that you believe in that, because I do. I really do. I've experienced a lot of other things. I could talk about those other things if you want. I mean, there's things that there are things that I've experienced in my life that I know for sure are supernatural experiences. And please let me know if you want to send me. I want you to go ahead and send me, even on wherever you're watching this, in your comments. If it's on Facebook in the comments section, if it's on YouTube, go ahead and put that right into comments as well. And remember, if you're on YouTube, remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you please, like the video. Like it. Remember, the more people that like my videos, the more that they can see these things going on. I don't make videos, I'm not making anything off these videos. YouTube doesn't like me very much, so. But I do believe I have an importance. Things that I talk about, things that we can, experiences we can share, very important. So I really want to hear from you, please, in the poll. In fact, I'll even show the results of the poll to see how people are doing. But I got to tell you guys, what do you think about it? Please, do you believe in it? Answer the poll, and of course, wherever you are watching this, I really, really ask you to make your comments. Let me know what you think about supernatural experiences. Tell your story. Tell me what happened to you. I'm interested in it. I want to know what you have heard. I gotta tell you guys, seen, what do you think about it? Please, do you believe in it? I would love to know. Answer the poll, and of course, important to know wherever you are watching this. I really, really ask you to make your comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know, everybody. And before I move on, I am going to go to a quick commercial, and I'll be back right away. Do not go anywhere, guys. Please. Hey guys, if you want more great content from me, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Come on, what are you waiting for? Okay, thank you so much for waiting. And like I said, just go ahead and answer. While I'm waiting for you to answer the question, do you believe in supernatural experience? Do you believe that what happened to me this month, what happened when I made the video about Little Richard, when it was fulfilled Saturday, May the 9th, Saturday, May 9, 2020, it was fulfilled. It was not something that I meant to happen. Again, I just said it. It came out of my mouth without me even thinking about it. That, to me, is telling. It's extremely telling. So let me know. But I have other experiences that I can talk about now, and I will let you know now. Something that happened to me many years ago when I was a teenager. I had a dream. This was in early December. Or actually not early December, early January, I'm sorry. I stand corrected. It was early in January of 1986. And one night, I awoke in a cold sweat. I was in high school at the time, and I woke in a cold sweat, and my dream was horrific. I had dreamed that the space shuttle had exploded, had blown up. And it was just something that I didn't want to believe. I was scared. I'm going to put it out of my mind. I'm not going to think about this. In fact, I didn't tell anybody. Now, you may say, well, you didn't tell anybody. That means you're full of baloney. You didn't really have that dream. I'm telling you, I had that dream. And I believe it was less than 2 weeks later, I was in gym class, and I got out of gym class. I was in 11th grade. I went to lunch, and I was about to sit down at lunch. I sat down at the lunch table, And my friend across the table said, "Man, did you hear the news?" And I'm like, "What? What's going on?" And he said, "The space shuttle just blew up." And all of a sudden, a cold chill went down my spine. And I'm talking the coldest chill you could ever experience. I said, I can't believe it. I just had this dream, and amazingly, it's happening, and it's not something I want. Wow. So I went and I asked one of my teachers, my geometry teacher, and she immediately told me, "Yes, I'm sorry, it's true, it did happen." And I asked, "Did anybody survive?" And she said, "I don't believe so. I don't believe there are any survivors." It was terrible. And just to let you guys know, it's in my life, it seems to be that a lot of times things come to me through dreams. And that's another question I have for you. If you want to tell me, what is it, if you do have supernatural abilities of any sort, any kind of a gift that you've been given by God, let me know in the comments, wherever you're seeing this. Tell me your gift. Tell me how it comes to you. Most of the time, for me, it's a dream. I get these things by dreams. Sometimes it's like this, just something comes out of my mouth, I'm talking about something, I'm not even aware of what's happening, and then boom, it hits me. So today really blew my mind. I know some people say, it's just a coincidence. I don't let it bother you. But I gotta tell you, I don't believe that everything is a coincidence when something like this happens. So please let me know. It's just amazing. But so many other things have happened to me in my life that I could tell you. When you say something, and it isn't just, and again, this doesn't happen all the time. I think it happens when God wants it to happen. But when you say something, it carries so much weight with it. And that doesn't mean that you are making it happen. It doesn't mean that you are calling it into existence. Sometimes maybe it does. There is a scripture that says death and life are in the power of the tongue. Speaking, in other words, when you say something. A lot of times that just has to do with you saying something, and it actually, by you continuing to say something, it drives your behavior. It makes you actually believe what you're saying, and then you begin to live what you believe. For instance, if you say, "I'm a failure, I'm going nowhere in life," then guess what? Eventually you're going to believe your own hype, what you say, and then you will be a failure in life. So the best thing to do in that situation, speak success to your life, speak happiness, speak sustainability, speak good things into your life, and good things will result. But I just can't get this out of my head. What happened today was amazing. So if you guys are if you're definitely interested, I do definitely want to see the poll. See what you are saying about this, and like I said, tell me your stories. I want to hear your stories. I really do. I love hearing people tell stories about what's going on in their life, what has happened to them in a supernatural way. It amazes me. It does. It really amazes me. So if anybody wants to see what you are saying about this, and now I noticed that some, like I said, tell me your stories. I want to hear your stories. A supernatural experience. I love that's everybody's entitled to their opinions. So tell me, the person or anyone who doesn't believe in supernatural experiences, tell me why. I want to know why you don't, because it'd be interesting for us to know why you don't. So wherever you're seeing this, let me know why you absolutely do not believe in supernatural experiences. Because like I said, I've lived it all my life. I've seen it all of my life. So many different things that have happened. I'll tell you a really strange. Do you guys want to hear a really strange one? This one is really strange, and I don't know if I've told the story before to friends and to family members. I don't know if I even told my own mother this story, but this involves my own mother. This happened, and it was scary. And again, it's funny. This also happened around the time when I was in high school, about the same time. I was maybe 16 years old, and I was working. It was over the summer, and I was working the late shift at Wendy's. I was a fast food guy. Yeah, that's one of my first jobs was Wendy's. I worked fast food. and I was tired. It was, when you get off shift, have you ever worked like late nights at a restaurant? You're exhausted. You're tired, and you've had enough. So I got done probably midnight, 1 o'clock, whatever time it was, and I began to drive home. I drove home, and at the time, of course, I was in high school, so I'm still living home, and I go to pull into the driveway. Now, facing the driveway is the kitchen window. So it looks out, it looks out over the front yard and the driveway. And I see in the driveway, from my driveway, I looked into the kitchen window. The light was on over the kitchen sink, and my mother was there looking out, almost as if to say, well, okay, I'm gonna see if my son got home safely from work or whatever it is. You know how mothers are, very protective. Speaking of mothers, happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. I'm sorry I haven't said it yet. Happy Mother's Day to all you wonderful mothers out there. And so my mother, I see her looking out. Now, no big deal. I've seen her before. The worried mother making sure son got home okay. That's fantastic. I stop the truck. I get out of my truck. I walk towards the porch, and of course our front door was on the side of the kitchen. That's where we enter the house. I enter the house, and as I'm entering, I notice that all the lights were off in the kitchen. There was no lights on. Now, again, when I looked into that window, all the lights were on in the kitchen, like every light, not just the light over the sink. Now, that one was on, but when I walked in, there was one light on when I walked in to the kitchen, which was the one over the sink, but no other lights were on. And I know that the lights were on. Every light in the kitchen was on when I was pulling into the driveway. So there's my mother. She's looking out, right? This is before I walked in. So now I'm walking in to the kitchen, and my mother is nowhere to be found, and the light is not on in the kitchen. Now, I didn't think anything of it. I thought, well, maybe she had just turned it off and maybe went up to bed in the time that I stopped my truck, got out of my truck, and went to the door. Now, you have to understand, it's not a long walk from the driveway to the door. It's a mere, like, we're talking seconds. We're talking 15, 20 seconds maximum. And there would be no reason for her to rush to go upstairs. Her bedroom was upstairs at the time. And so what I did was I just did the normal thing, went into the house. I think I had a bowl of cereal or something, and I was sitting there. I had to be there maybe less than 2 minutes. Might have been 2 minutes. And then I thought, oh, I gotta go ask my mother about something for the next day. And I forgot what it was. Now, of course, it's been many years, but at that time I remember that I had to go upstairs and ask her a question. So I went up, and I walked up the stairs and knocked on the door. And I heard my father's voice. He sounded very tired, like he'd been sleeping. And I said, I need Ma. I want to find out something about tomorrow. And he said, oh, she's sleeping. I said, well, can you wake her up real quick? And remember, I'm 16. 16-year-olds are pretty rude. They don't really care about much. So he said he did. He woke her up real quick, and he said, oh yeah, Michael has a question for you about tomorrow. And she was still kind of groggy, and I said, oh Ma, weren't you just downstairs? Why are you sleeping? She said, no, I've been up here since like 11 o'clock. And a cold chill went down my spine again. I want you to think about that. I was coming in. It was after 1 o'clock in the morning. It was several hours. She had been in bed for how long? 2 hours? I mean, minimum of 2 hours. She was in bed. And I show up, and there's her face in the kitchen window. Now, I'm telling you right now, it was her face in the kitchen window. I'm telling you it was her face. Now, people say that there's a phenomenon. It's kind of like I know you've heard of the doppelganger effect. Like everybody has a doppelganger. I'm trying to remember what they call a person who is like a doppelganger, like a spiritual doppelganger, where you are, it is someone's likeness, but it's not them. So if you guys, anybody knows anything about that, if they want to talk about this, make a comment on it, please, and let me know if you are familiar with anything like this, because it was amazing to me. There's an image of my mother in the kitchen window, and I know later I find out she's not there. So who is that? Who's looking in my kitchen, out of my kitchen window? Looks like my mother, but my mother is upstairs sleeping for several hours. You're going to tell me that's not an amazing thing? It's just shocking. I just can't even believe it happened, but it did. It happened. It was amazing. Just amazing. So, yeah, like I said, please let me know what you think about it. I definitely would like to hear your opinions on whether or not you believe in supernatural occurrences. But I can tell you that there was a supernatural occurrence in my estimation that happened yesterday, May 9th, 2020. And I mentioned it 3 weeks before in my video. Please catch my video. I'm gonna leave my YouTube video in the comments section, or at least that section of it. And I encourage you to watch the whole video if you can. Please watch the whole video because it's an amazing video. It really is. The whole video. There's some funny parts. You might like it. And I encourage you to watch all my videos on YouTube. This video is on YouTube, and I'm going to link it right now. First thing I'm going to do is I got to go back and find it, and I really, really want you to watch it because it's just an amazing video. And like I said, the video is going to be started right at the spot where I actually mentioned Little Richard 3 weeks ago, guys. 3 weeks. And like I said, I don't know if it's real or Memorex or whatever it is, but I encourage you to watch the whole video though too. I think you'll like it. But this is just one of those things that happens. I really believe it does happen. And I can't explain it. I certainly cannot explain it. I don't know what to tell you about that. But yeah, like I said before, if you believe in it at all, I would love to hear your stories. In fact, I'd love to have you. I'll even tell your story. If you send me a video, I'll put the video up of your stories so that everybody can see your story. If that's what you want to do, send me your videos of interesting paranormal stories that you've experienced. If you have strange videos of things you've seen, whatever you have, send it to me. I will put it up on my videos. I have a little bit of a reach here. A lot of people watch my videos, and maybe it's something that would be very interesting for my viewers to see. So I encourage you to do so. Please do. And if anybody has any other questions, don't hesitate to ask. I will answer to the best of my ability. I truly will. Once again, let me actually show the video again real quick. This is the video. I showed it earlier. Let me show it one more time, guys, so that you can see what I'm talking about. I referenced Little Richard, and again, I don't know why it came out of my mouth, but I referenced Little Richard in the throne room, or actually Jesus wishing that Little Richard, he couldn't wait for Little Richard to come to the throne room. Remember, this happened 3 weeks ago. I did this video 3 weeks ago, long before the untimely passing of the legendary Little Richard. So here we go again. Here it is. Oh yeah, here's a little bonus information. Elvis plays the throne room every night. He's fantastic. But I can't wait for Little Richard to get there. Can you believe that? Amazing. So yeah, that's the video. And again, I'm going to be linking this video from that spot there. And of course, you can watch the whole video. I encourage you to go back and watch the entire video because it's something that I like to make videos like that to inspire people. It's not meant as like a blaspheming of God, because I believe in the power of Christ and the power of God. So when I make these videos, they are for inspirational purposes. Obviously, it's a fictional account. I'm just depicting Jesus in this situation. So guys, I encourage you, watch the videos, and especially this one. And, it's just something that I find very interesting. So once again, please, go to my Facebook page, and which is facebook.com/michaelantonio.music. That's right, michaelantonio.music. And go to my YouTube page, which if you go to youtube.com/user/michaelantonio, you can watch my music, you can see my music videos, you can see all the stuff I make. I make some interesting stuff, so if you're interested in that, please go watch it. And again, I'll be leaving a link of this particular video at that point where I talk about Little Richard. But again, I encourage you, watch the whole video too. Watch that, because it's really a cool video. So if anybody has any other questions, let me know. I'm very interested in your opinions. I'm not getting a lot of response for the actual, for the poll that I had put up. But, this is something that happens occasionally, right? It happens. So guys, I want to thank you guys for watching tonight. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys later. Let me just one more time do a little subscription commercial, and then we will be back to wrap this all up. Ciao, everybody. Hang on. Hey guys, if you want more great content from me, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Come on, what are you waiting for? Thank you very much. So yeah, I'm just, I'm still kind of shell-shocked over this. To me, it was just an incredible experience. And again, those people will call it a coincidence. I don't believe everything is a coincidence, especially something like this. I just don't believe that. I think that, again, not that I believe that when we say something it always causes everything, but it's a foreshadowing. We have a knowledge of certain things. God gives us knowledge of certain things and certain thoughts, certain certain premonitions, as it were. And I think there's a reason for that. One of the reasons is it's His hint to let us know, you know what, I'm here, and I'm allowing you to see certain things. And I truly believe that. We're coming into a time, and I'll close with this. We are coming into a time in history where the Spirit of God is going to be poured out among all flesh. You're going to see some amazing things happening around the world in the coming days, months, years, decades. The next couple of decades are going to be amazing. You're already seeing certain incredible things, but this is like playtime compared to what you're going to see soon. So be ready for it. And like I said, I encourage your comments. I don't care if you completely disagree with me. Let me know. I would love to know. And again, like the video wherever you see it, whatever platform you're seeing this video on. Like that video. Subscribe, hit the notification bell on my YouTube site, and I will bring you more of this kind of content because I'm seeing it all the time. And I would love to feature you guys on videos as well. I would like to feature your material on my site and make it interesting. If you've got an interesting story to tell, send me your stories. I'd love to put them up, and I would love to hear them. And please let me know if you don't specifically want me to put up your videos, if you send one, or if you say something. If you don't want me to tell your story, you just want me to kind of be an ear to hear, someone who's going to just see. I'll be the only one to see it if you're trying to convey something without the world knowing it. Some people shy that way, or they just don't want everybody knowing their story. And I will definitely keep it in confidence. So guys, I want to thank you for watching. Again, you are incredible. And don't forget, I'm here quite a bit now, so I'll see you very soon. Ciao, everybody.
Find something new. There's no other way to let you know it's time for you to go.